So in this lesson, we're going to take a look at how to divide exponents. So let's take a look at what the power, or the quotient of the powers property. To divide powers having the same base, again, remember we're only talking about ones that have the same base. You are going to subtract the exponents. So let's take a look. It says a to the m divided by a to the n. You're going to have a to the m minus n, all right? So let's take a look at what that looks like here in the example. You have 4 to the 7th divided by 4 to the 2nd, all right? And now let's even look at what this looks like when we had the prime factorization. I would have said that I had 7 fours, and then I would have had 2 fours down below here. All right, so see what happens here? I've got 2 sets of these that are going to be canceling out, leaving me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'd have 4 to the 5th power, and I could evaluate that using my calculator, 4 to the 5th, and I'm going to have 1024. All right, 1024. All right, so also if we want to look at this, is I could take my 7 minus my 2, and that's how I would get my 5. All right, so let's go ahead and find the quotient. We have 8 to the 10th power divided by 8 to the 4th power. So remember, we can subtract those exponents. I'm going to have 10 minus 4, and that's going to leave me then with 8 to the 6th power. And then if I wanted to evaluate that further, I would then take 8 to the 6th power, and oh goodness, this is a big number. We're going to have 2, 6, 2, 1, 4, 4. All right, there we go, 262,144. All right, so for letter B, now let's make sure that we're leaving the negative 3, leave it in the parentheses, and I'm going to have negative 3. I like to write them on top of each other. Okay. All right, so now we're going to have left then negative 3 in parentheses to the 7th power. And let's think about that. I could also leave this as, because it's an odd number of exponents, it means I have 7 of them. So I could also express that as just negative 3 to the 7th power. I wouldn't have to have that on, and the parentheses there, 7 to the, 3 to the 7th power, giving us then 2,187. All right, so let's take a look at the next one. This one right here, we're taking n to the 3rd times n to the 5th. That's going to give us, we're going to add those exponents together, n to the 8th power all over n to the 2nd power. So we had to evaluate what was on the top first, and then we're now going to finish evaluating it. So now I have 8 n's minus 2 n's. So how many n's do I have left? I have n to the 6th power then. All right, our next one then, we're going to first evaluate the 4 divided by the 2, giving us 2. And then, let's see here, a to the 2nd divided by a to the 1st gives you just 1 a left. And then b to the 3rd divided by b to the 2nd, that's just going to give you 1 b left there as well. So in this lesson, we took a look at how to divide exponents with the same base, and when you divide them with the same base, you can subtract your exponents.